friends, here we are again at the Talk and Chew podcast. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm proud to introduce my co-host, the wonderful Donnie Fobbs.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here again, man. I was looking forward to this all week, hanging out with my best friend, and we also have a special guest with us. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we work very hard in the industry, and in working hard in the industry, in the culinary industry in Las Vegas, you run into other professionals that not only impress you, but when you get to know them, they capture your heart. And, you know, this podcast is my day off, and the people that come here are the people that I choose to be around, you know, the people that I care for and that make an impact, besides in the communities, the food and beverage industry, and just everywhere they go. I would love to introduce to you the chef of Emmitt's Restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip, Chef Antwan Ellis, my dear friend.
Yes, welcome.
My brother.
Welcome, big brother. Man, pleasure to meet you. I've been hearing a lot about you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me. You know, it's been an amazing journey.
Yes.
And thank you for allowing me to be here today. It's amazing.
We man, just in getting to know you and seeing everything that you're doing, and us getting to know each other, I had to have you on here right away because you're doing amazing things, and we're going to touch on that in a minute, you know, what exactly it is that you're doing at Emmitt's, and just all the wonderful things that you do. And the goal today is to let people here know more about you. You know, they drive by your restaurant, they hear about it, they hear about you, but people need to know this good guy that we really care about today.
Right,
That's my goal.
Thank you.
What you been up to, man?
Working, you know.
What's going on at Emmitt's? Talk to us.
Making sure that everything is on point, that we're running things the way Emmitt wants. Making sure we restructure the menu. We just did a few menu changes. So there's a few new items that we also implemented. You'll see one of them later today, like the big time roll, which is amazing, an absolute amazing sushi roll, because as you know, we do steak, we do sushi, we do seafood, and all of those things are encompassed in our menu.
It's a combo.
Yeah.
It's a crazy but good combo. It's like
It is.
You can only hope all those things are under one roof.
Right? So we did do that.
Chef, how did you and Emmitt meet up? I mean, tell us how you met.
Emmitt and I met through a mutual friend.
Okay.
You know, I was coming to Florida on vacation.
Right.
This friend of mine reached out to me about the opportunity over here. I asked him if, you know, he could fly out, me and my then girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was agreed upon. So I came, checked it out, and it was a huge task. It was insanely big.
Really?
There was really nothing in the building when I got there. So it was from scratch.
From ground up.
Yeah, literally from ground zero. And, you know, Emmitt and I spoke. We had a really good conversation.
Right.
I spoke to his manager as well, and we hit it off. You know, it was like talking to an uncle.
Someone you know your whole life.
Chef, this is in a fashion show mall. Now, those of you that live here know, and those of you that come here know, that's the Vegas Mall on the Vegas Strip. So he's talking about this big empty cavern right in the middle of that. That is crazy.
Mind blowing.
Man, I mean that in itself. I'm sitting here picturing Hall of Famer number 22. This guy. I mean, this is. You're meeting this guy for the first time. What is that like?
What is that like?
I'll tell you what it was like for me, because
We all love him.
I didn't even know who he was. And
What?
it blew my mind, right? Because we live in a time of smartphones. I could have simply Googled this guy. I didn't. All the time I'm thinking, I know who Emmitt Smith is. And in my head, I'm seeing a Nike shoe that's blue, white, and black.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of Ken Griffey Jr., really. That's who was in my head.
Griffey. Yes.
Well thought. Yep.
The entire time.
Yeah.
And I remember when Emmitt walked in the room, I was still waiting for him to walk in, because who walked in the room wasn't who I had in my head.
Yeah. You had Griffey.
And they said, "This is Emmitt," and I was like, "Holy shit! I never seen this guy in my life." I was blown away.
That's amazing.
I was so shocked because I had never seen him. I had no clue who he was.
That's amazing.
For him, it was also amazing because he was like, well, someone who doesn't know me, you know, but who's good at what they do.
Yeah.
So this will be a good mix.
Yeah.
And we started talking, and I never forget, you know, we spoke for like 3 hours. That's how good the conversation was. You know, we just hit it off like immediately. We had similar upbringings. You know, we had similar things that we thought of, like community and family, and you know, those things like really made us like touch on things that we liked.
Yeah.
And the rest was history, really and truly. So that's how you do
I
it.
have my questions now. So now on the chef side of things, now that the relationship side is covered, now here you are. I know how it is, man. Getting ready to do something is one thing, but getting ready to do something now for Emmitt Smith, because obviously you've learned who he was by then. So now you're going to have your culinary meetings, your creative meetings. You
Yep.
have to plan your recipes. Now we have tastings coming up.
Yeah.
So now you have a whole world ahead of you as a culinarian, as the chosen executive chef personally by one of the legends that really just about everybody out there loves, I would
Yep.
say,
Yes.
no matter what team you root for.
You know Emmitt
And
Smith.
everybody loves Emmitt. And
Really, like everyone does.
how was it? How heavy of an obligation did that feel, having to take on all of that?
Good question.
So for me, not even just the celebrity that he was, right, that was extremely important. But like I said, the conversations that we had and seeing the person who he is, because to me, for that level of celebrity to be that nice of a person, that down to earth of a person, that empathetic of a person, that understanding in every possible way of a person, and to hear like who he is, literally as Emmitt Smith, not the football player. For me, that's where the biggest challenge came in. Sure. Because now it was like, damn, I ain't just doing this for someone who's a celebrity, I'm doing this for someone who's actually like a genuinely good person. So now my whole mindset changed. My mindset wasn't that I'm just doing this as a job, I'm doing this as someone who's almost like a family member that I care for.
Right.
For someone like you're out for your own family. You're
Correct.
replacing him
Yep.
and giving him that same energy you would put on your family doing something for them.
Yes,
Because you
absolutely.
figured him out.
That's what made it even more challenging.
Sure.
But it made it extremely rewarding. Because for me, it was like, you know what, I'll go and I'll fight tooth and nail for this guy to see this succeed. You know? I'll do every single thing that I can, and I'll lose sleep comfortably to see it succeed for someone like that. Because he was just, that good of a person.
Wow, man.
It became personal for you.
Very.
It happens. And and it's funny because, chefs are artists.
Right.
And we have a lot of passion and a lot of drive, But once we get into a project, yes, we have to get it done. And we're going to get very creative and put our passion through it. And we're going to be magnificent. But on occasion, there is an attachment. Sometimes you find either the people involved that own the place or the ones starting the project, they're on another level where it's like their legacy, it's like their family legacy. It's someone like Emmitt who is continuing the legacy,
Right.
Crossing over into the food side, which isn't easy. And it's just so amazing to see how all that comes together.
Yeah.
And to know you had a hand in it.
Correct.
And fulfilling that legacy and their vision of what they want this to be, and you're enforcing it. You're making it happen for them. That's an amazing task on you, but then to see it happen, to see them happy with it, that's huge. And you know that.
So would you agree with me on something then? And we're going to touch on the article later that I wrote on this guy.
Yeah.
Is he blocking for Emmitt as Emmitt's running down the field?
It's not a small dude at all. Now, I'm a big dude. Big
guy.
This is a big dude. And yeah.
But would you say that though, like the way he's taken the passion for Emmitt, like would you technically say that in the restaurant world, he is Emmitt's blocker, so Emmitt could score?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
I
felt
want
that.
to see him hit that touchdown.
And I wrote that in the article because that's what I felt even after the first meal and getting to talk to him in the beginning before I even got to know him in the time after that. It's been apparent since the beginning that he has been depended on highly by someone who is highly depended on to get something done that they want to experiment with and that they believe in. Emmitt opening up a restaurant in Vegas.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Nope.
So, chef, you brought food.
I did. I brought some of our favorites. One of your favorites.
I'm
about to make some of your favorites as well.
Oh man,
I'm so excited. No idea.
So we're steak, seafood, sushi. So I brought a little bit of.
He had me at steak.
Chef plated up his food. I love Chef. He said, I'm off today, but I'm going to plate it up for you.
I wanted to show, the way how it shows in the restaurant.
Right.
I wanted you to have a full feel of what we offer there, how things are done.
Right.
The care that we put into it as well.
Right.
Because like I said, a lot of care goes into it. And, again, we want to present, I don't want to present Emmitt and ownership, all of ownership.
Right.
Because honestly, all of ownership, he's partners with some other guys who are there.
Right.
And they too have that family feel. That's why I said, for me it became personal.
Yes.
And we'll go hard for our family, right? So I wanted to put the food out the way how, as a true expression of what we offer, you know, a little bit of class and precision with how we put everything together here.
Right.
So you've got the tempura lobster, amazing dish, tempura fried lobster,
My favorite.
bit of sticky rice on the bottom, bit of
Brought that for
arugula.
me, man. I know you did.
One of Emmitt's favorites right here, Creole shrimp. That's not everyone. This is how I
That's
got
number
the job.
2 for me. This is
Okay.
number 1. That's number 2.
Okay, I can see Emmitt.
He absolutely loves this dish. That's the Emmitt roll, which speaks to
The Emmitt
of
roll.
course.
I like that.
You know?
Okay.
This is our big time roll,
Okay.
which is, again, a lobster base roll. And this is our hanger steak. Very delicious.
Hang a steak.
Great selection, man. Great cut.
Yeah, very. You know, good marbling, good taste, good flavor.
What do you notice, Donnie? It's not just a steakhouse. It's not just a sushi house. It's not Southern Delights with a twist. And
Right.
it's not, I don't know, man. This right here is just, there's no name for this. But the
Just smelling it.
Smell it. It does something to you.
Yeah.
I have to talk about this. So when I wrote the article on Chef, he dropped this down in front of me and I about lost my mind. Because first of all, it's lobster.
Right.
You had me at lobster, but now you're tempuraing it. And Chef, what exactly goes into this dish so everybody knows? Because I recommend, like, even if you didn't book a dinner reservation at Emmitt's,
Right.
even if you went to the bar with somebody before you went out, I would take someone to the bar and split this with them with a nice Emmitt's handcrafted drink by their wonderful mixologist department. Chef, what is in this?
So there's a bit of sticky soy in there. That's what the tempura lobster is tossed in. There's vegetables on the bottom. So there's peppers,
I'll take your fork.
onions,
All right.
and then there's the arugula. Like I said, the arugula is tossed with a little lemon and olive oil. So it's lemon vinaigrette. And there's the sticky rice. So the rice is also seasoned. But it's one of those things that is just like
Oh, this is amazing.
a plethora of flavors coming through. And like I said, if you want to add a steak to it, add a steak. That'll take it over the next step.
I see one over there, Chef.
You know? So it's a really good dish. It's a dish that I'm proud of. You know, that I love serving.
So soft.
Yeah. We cook the lobster for
Everybody.
a specified amount of time. I don't want
Needs
to give
to
away our
experience
secrets.
this.
Right, of course. Of course.
I want you to come to the restaurant and experience it. Right? And then we have like the perfect mix of tempura batter, which we make ourselves as well.
You sure do.
And then just deep fry it so it's nice and it isn't overly battered. It's
Yeah.
like
Wait.
light.
Wait.
It's like light and crispy. You couldn't wait.
Chef, Donnie. Chef's got to still.
There's some chimichurri.
Okay.
That's what I wanna put on my steak.
Yeah. Okay.
You won't be sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
Trying
Put
to
on
sneak
one
in there
side.
before the vegetables go on top. How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you?
Let's make it happen.
But yeah, you know, like I stand behind all the dishes here. For me, I'm a fan of sushi as well. So that's one of my favorites, the big time roll. And again, it has lobster. The Emmitt roll is definitely a fan favorite. People absolutely love it.
Oh,
So-
this is amazing.
Let's try to make sure
You
I
got it. You got it.
do as best as I can there. You got to try it with this.
You know what, Donnie? What you do? Cut me a little piece and send it this way.
Gotcha.
Chef. So, what's the
Still your favorite.
procedure? Like you get a Maine lobster. Like what?
You get a whole Maine lobster.
Brother.
We cook them, then we break it down, cut it up the way how you see it. So the tails are separate, the claws are separate, the knuckles are separate, and you know we just get ready to deep fry it in a bit of tempura. 300 degrees. Let it go for about 7 minutes in the fryer. That way it's nice and light and fluffy, not overly crispy, not overly battered, and it comes out the way how you're tasting it here.
Chef.
It's something that I've eaten so many of them that
I would be in trouble.
because seriously, it's very addictive.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those things. It's sweet, it's salty, like
got
it touches on everything.
Chef, I got to touch on that. Like it, when I was working the strip too, like it's just not good to like, you guys in the restaurants and girls in the restaurants, chefs, you understand this restaurant industry, people, when there is some delights at arm's reach,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
talk about eating chips at home, you get the right chef, they're just going to be throwing you stuff. So
Right.
yeah, you got to pace yourself. You got to
For
pace
sure.
yourself. You have lobster everywhere.
You got, oh, man.
You gotta try the this roll. It's a California roll, essentially, with tempura fried lobster on top as well,
Right.
and a bit of yum yum sauce that we make in house, a bit of togarashi, so it's a bit of spicy, salty, sweet, and then we also finish it off with a bit of yuzu tobiko. Like,
Really, chef?
like I said, everything that we do here, we want to make sure that we think of Emmitt's career as well,
Right.
a
Right.
career of excellence, right?
Yeah.
And as I was saying, the level of celebrity that he is,
Yeah.
and the amount of humility that he shows, it's unfair for us to not go 150% for him.
Absolutely.
And like I said, all of ownership is that exact same way. Darryl Wilson, Ryan Farrow,
Right.
and they're the other owners. And these guys literally look out for us in a way that if you don't do right by them, you're just a horrible person.
Right. Hey,
That's just me being honest,
Right.
That's
So like I said,
high standard.
yeah, we want to,
much respect.
like, I want to do the best that I can for them every single chance that I get.
Sure.
Because I feel as if they do the best for me that they can.
Right.
Right.
Right. But as chefs, I mean, to both of you, when you're doing something like this for someone
Sorry.
Yeah,
I gotta
no,
dig in.
get
I gotta
in
dig
here.
in.
Come on.
like
Talk and chew.
Emmitt, I mean, it's your legacy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your name goes on that.
It does.
Behind him.
But when you go online and you look, he's the one. He's the gatekeeper of the situation.
Right.
He's the one that they're watching. He goes on the news. You go on the social media, you see Chef, he's killing it, man. He's going on the local news networks and doing demos and stuff like this. It's amazing and refreshing to watch because he wasn't here a few years ago.
Right.
He was training, and we're gonna get
Touch
into
on
more
that.
where he came from and how he got his expertise.
And with you, I mean, I know this, you guys, both of you being chefs, executive chefs, I mean, when your name goes on something, that means something. You know
It
what I
does.
mean? Everything that you are is behind that. You know what I mean? So I see how important it is to you guys that you put out only the best.
It's artistry,
in
man.
everything you do.
It's artistry, man.
Yeah.
Because our integrity is on the line as well.
Right. Right.
And to me, that's a big thing. Because I want you to know that I've always put in the best.
Right.
And I will always continue to put in the best. So it's it speaks to who we are as well.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we put forward our best foot. We give it 100%. And I always say, even the days that I don't feel my best, I'm always going to give my best.
Right.
I'm going to get up and I'm going to go. Like, no matter how I feel.
Right.
You have to. It's like training.
Yeah,
And we're gonna
yep.
touch on that too in a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
So, Chef, before you got here, we have to take this opportunity to know a little bit more about you
Yeah.
and where you came from. Before I get into now, this was my bride, this is my mistress.
Yeah.
The Creole shrimp is number 2 for me. When you put out 2 of those, I said, this one comes to me when we
remember.
review on you. This is unbelievable and one of Emmitt's favorites, by the way.
Yes.
Yep.
We were just saying that, yeah.
Chef, tell us where you came from. Tell us why you came here besides Emmitt's and what you did to get here. People need to
Right.
know this, man. As I
Well,
Creole out.
It's been a long journey to get here. Let me put it that way. I was in Bermuda before I came here, rocking it out, having fun, getting them awards, putting them in magazines,
Yeah.
having a good work-life balance over there. But then I was called over here to meet Emmitt and so on.
Yeah.
That's what kind of spoke to me about coming to Vegas. I saw, for one, a guy who looked like my uncle, for sure.
Right.
Or who could look just like my uncles.
Yeah.
I saw a guy who was, and I saw a group of people who were very community-based. And those are things that I always look for prior to even coming to Vegas. Because being in Bermuda, one of my biggest things was to have interns and spend time with those interns
Right, Chef.
and prepare them for coming into the culinary world. Because you and I, we both know it could be challenging, right? It could be a headache at times. But if you love it and you know you love it, you want to be in it.
Right.
So Bermuda was where I was before here. Before Bermuda, I was in Florida. I was in Orlando, Florida for 15 years, working for Marriott and Starwood hotels,
The Marriott.
working for Todd English within those hotels, and Don Shula. So I ran Shula's Steakhouses
Right.
for a bit. Ran the most successful Shula's Steakhouse on the planet, which is the one in Orlando, Florida.
Right.
And like I always say, we were the kitchen where we would test all of their recipes. Sure. And we would tweak them if we had to, send them back to them, and then they would put them out again.
So corporate chef.
Kind of. Right. I do it for the corporate chef of Shula's.
Got it.
Right? And he and I, we garnered a very good relationship because he was on Chopped. He's like one of the Chopped champions. But he and we would always talk about food and health because he was big into health as well, big into working out, very big into like finding time for family and like mental rejuvenation. And all of this came about with food.
Sure.
Because I feel like food is one of those things that it mends all of life together.
Yeah.
From breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So that's where I was just before Bermuda. Before Shula's, I was in Blue Zoo with Todd English, restructuring this restaurant, making it successful because we were on a downward spiral when I first got there.
Yeah.
And we were able to turn it around. So much work. That's where the passion comes in.
Right.
Right? Yeah. It was so much work that I remember one morning I blacked out. Literally went to go use the bathroom, and all I could remember is getting out of bed, because I'm thinking it's 6:30 in the morning, got to be at work for 8.
Yeah.
Jumped up out of the bed. I came home at like midnight the night before. Jumped up out of the bed, ran to the bathroom, and I remember just standing in the bathroom. Next thing I remember, seeing a light like this. It was the light in my closet.
Really?
I thought it was dead. But,
the pearly gates was looking
yeah,
at you.
and there was a closet door on my mouth, on my face.
Wow.
Blacked out. But for me, I was still passionate.
Sure. Right.
Ended up going to the hospital. Was out of work for 3 days, and I remember fighting with the guys at the hospital. Let me out because I got to get back to work. And not even thinking to myself about my health really.
Right.
But my doctor being like, Antwan, you're totally dehydrated, totally exhausted. Wait a minute, and then go back. Spent 3 days there. But that was kind of what led me to here.
Right.
Because the things that I did in Blue Zoo set up Todd English so well that he always felt like if there's someone he could call on to help him, to pull him out of a hole,
Yeah.
call Antwan Ellis.
Wow.
And when this happened here, he was like, he knows the best person for the job, and he called me. So that's how I got here.
Straight.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's how you got here, huh?
Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a journey.
That's a heck of a journey.
But
a beautiful one at that. Look at where you are now.
Yeah.
Look at what you're doing, and look at who's dependent on you.
yeah.
That's a heavy one, man.
That's really
Congrats, man. Good for you, and thanks for sharing that with us. It's so pivotal. They see our food on our plate, but I don't think a lot of people understand like how much of us is actually on that plate.
Right? So,
Yeah.
even when I remember one thing about me, I'd always say, so my grandmother died in 2015 when I was at Blue Zoo. And I remember that took me on a spiral, right? Because it does it to us, between working, and I remember how it would take my mind off of someone who was so important in our lives as my family, was work.
Right.
Then I started putting out I'd want to create all the time. I wanted to be at work all the time. And I wanted to do a better job every single time, because for me it was how do I get my mind off of the pain of my grandmother passing away?
Sure.
Us having conversations, because now we could no longer have them.
Yeah.
And my work took over. And I always say, thank God for being a chef and being able to be creative.
Yeah.
Because now every single thing that I did, I felt like I had to do it to the next level.
Sure.
Because that's how my grandmother was as well, And it was push it to the limit, do everything better,
Right.
Taste everything.
Right.
Create all these dishes, create a moose bouches for every table in the restaurant if I had to.
Give it to him.
Right.
Yeah, seriously, and I
Do
would.
you know what amuse-bouche is?
No, I don't.
Oh, sorry.
Please.
So we call it the chef's gift.
Okay.
It's like a little gift that we give to a table or we give to a person, a guest when they come into the restaurant.
Okay.
And I remember I would sit and I'd go into the cooler and I'd look at anything we had that was going bad, be it blackberries, rhubarb, anything. And I'd make like a gel, then I'd make caviar, then I'd make something else.
That's why I asked.
And I'd put a bit of crab on it, and I'd send it to every table.
That's crazy.
It looks like almost the word amuse.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in a way
It's an
you
amusing
amuse
thing,
people.
Yeah.
Like you're like, here you go, a little offering before the meal even starts. Has nothing to do with what they ordered. They didn't ask for it. They don't know what it is, and it just pops up. It's a courtesy. It's a here you go.
A little gift, a gift from me to you.
Mood setter.
Yeah.
That is
Let
so
me-
cool.
let
Chef
me-
life, baby.
I'm learning. I'm learning as we go. That's wild.
So, and I remember one that I made like 350 amuse bouches right after my grandmother died because I was like, I just want to take my mind off anything that was bad,
Right.
right? And that one was definitely, that was blackberry, a blackberry gel, blackberry fluid gel. We had a ponzu caviar
Okay.
and like a basil foam, and sent them to every table. And people were just blown away, man. I was like,
Chef's an artist, brother.
Yeah. I'm seeing.
I just filled up we had this big wooden table. I filled it all up with all these amuse bouches, and we just ran them out.
So
With my boy Joab.
your grandmother became your inspiration
Yep, at that point.
to have your back behind everything you do from that point.
Yep. Because for me, it was, like I said, it was me getting over the sorrow,
Right.
the pain, right?
That's right.
And I wanted to do something positive to get over the pain. I didn't want to drink.
Right.
Because that's the other thing that a lot of chefs do,
Yeah.
which I've been down that road too. Of
Right.
just emptying bottles at night. But I didn't want to do it that time.
Right.
I wanted to be like, you know what, let me stay focused, because she and my family would want me to stay focused in that situation. And I remember even when she did pass away, I remember calling my mother, and my mother was like, damn, I haven't heard you cry like this in a long time. And I was like, yeah, man, because,
She's hard.
yeah, you know, like she was a big part of us. You know, we ate dinner at her house on Sundays.
Yes.
We ate lunch really at her house on Sundays after church, you know? And I was thinking of my father too. And it was like, damn, you know, this is a hard one. But, you know, I allowed my creativity to take over and allow me to pull through anything like that with my creativity.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so it was a fun time.
It's an unknown strength. Right. When it gets there, it's there. It shows up.
Right.
Okay, so then one last question before
Yes.
we shift gears into the other half of this.
Cool.
What made you really want to be a chef?
My mother's gonna hate me for this, but she's also gonna love me, right? My mother used to make a lot of rice. I tell everyone this.
Right.
And I said, one day I was like, listen, I'm just tired of eating this rice. I want to eat something else. She was like, okay, cook for yourself then. Seriously.
Love it.
I was like,
Simple. But that was so
yeah, and I was like, okay.
Bingo.
And then she bought me a toaster oven, right? And I would put everything in this toaster oven.
Toaster ovens are OG.
Like literally
It's a training
everything.
that people don't understand.
I love
in
them.
art.
I absolutely love them. I cannot be in a house
With no toaster oven.
without one. now people call them air fryers.
Oh
I
yeah.
got you all to do this?
Dead serious.
Damn.
Like the first thing I ever made in the toaster oven was chicken casserole, right? Made the chicken casserole, and then I started doing things like baking cheesecakes, and that's how I continued to like want to get into food. But I also found that I had abnormal thyroid when I was 13,
Okay.
so Graves' disease,
Yeah.
and that was when my doctor was like, "Anton, you need to change your diet because your weight is going to keep
Oh,
fluctuating."
we got to touch on that, man.
Yes.
We want to hear about that in part 2.
Yeah, you know, for me it was
Please.
like, okay, she was like, stay away from this, don't eat this, don't eat that.
Right.
And it made me start to think about all the food that I would eat. Because I had to think about all the food I would cook.
Okay.
And I just remember like on Saturdays, it was kind of my duty to cook. And I'd knock up some stuff. And me and my parents and my family, we'd eat that. But chicken casserole, like I said, was always on there. Cheesecakes were always on there.
Right.
Me selling cheesecakes, you know, me getting girlfriends because of cheesecakes. Because girls love food.
You hear that?
And girls have loved food since I
Mental
was
Cheesecake.
Keep that in mind.
Never forget.
Literally.
Cheesecake gets it.
Can I have the recipe?
Of course. I'll share the recipe.
Yes.
I just always remember, you know, like me like getting girls because of food, you know?
Yeah.
And I like girls and I love food.
Right.
And it was like,
Those
he
go
could,
together.
yeah, he could cook.
Yeah. Right.
And I remember I was dating this girl and she was like, he's cheap, but he could always, like, he always makes these.
I was going to say, you save a few on the dates
Right.
man, to show your skills, man.
Right?
Immediately, though. Like, is Amish Bush?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
Here's a,
Not that Amish Bush.
Oh,
No,
my mind went
stop.
somewhere else. I'm sorry. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, man, that's like 13 was when I already knew that I wanted to do this. Wow. And I kept on doing it. And I was good at it. So being that I was good at it, I was like, I might as well continue doing it.
Sure.
Right.
And that's why I say it's been a very long journey, but it became extremely rewarding.
Right. Awesome.
Because for me, it was just like the love of doing it, the smiles on people's faces. Like I was telling someone earlier, a friend of mine, he's a pescatarian.
Right.
And he was like the first and only person that ever got him to eat cheesecake was Antwan. And it was like, holy shit, really? Like that's a
Don't
big
you love
deal.
that?
For
As
me,
a chef, when you get people to first eat.
yeah, I was just thinking to myself like, damn, I just made the cheesecakes for us, so.
I bet you have a few of the first eats under your belt, getting people to
Yep.
eat stuff they wouldn't have normally ate because you
Yeah.
put the right spin on it.
And that's something that I love doing.
Chef, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that stuff with us because, I'm a big fan of you, man, and everything you're doing. And just to even know that much more just validates why I brought my friend in today.
Right.
To be in this family with all of us working on this and this wonderful food. Now the production's going to get to try it, and we're going to eat this when we're done filming this later.
Right.
So then we'll remove the food right now, and we have to discuss some stuff.
Absolutely.
And we will get to
We
that.
got one more bite of this
I'm gonna
sushi.
go- bite too
get one
before
more
we
bite,
go.
man.
It looks beautiful in there.
Yes, it does. I'm just going for it. No, just go for it. Hey, why not?
Save us at least just one of those each.
You let me know.
Save us one of those each.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's how you do it.
So good. Chef. Yes.
Yes.
Cheers, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you for this.
Yes.
This is crazy good. Guys, before we shift to the second part of this, Emmitt's restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip, real easy to find. You have Emmitt Smith, you have Chef Antwan, and all the other amazing people that put their efforts in to bring such a diverse menu that covers so many different things. And what I really love about it is it's like all the different subjects under one roof. I would go to a restaurant just for that, but it's all in one shot. So whether you're in the mood for sushi, steaks, great creations with a southern twist, keep an eye on our brother here at Emmitt's and go visit Emmitt's. It's right central on the Vegas Strip, right in Fashion Show Mall in the front.
Yeah,
Doing
right next
big
to Benihana.
things. Doing big things.
So we like to step out of Vegas a little bit. Trending food and beverage topics are very interesting in these days. We covered a few of them. I mean, even, we touched on Chili's and a few of the national restaurants that were going under.
Yeah.
But there's a specific one, Donnie, that's heavily on your radar that you have become in the greatest way obsessed with it because I get to hear the current updates and the amazement of something near and dear to our hearts that was a staple that was kind of falling off the face of the earth. Run with it, man.
Well,
run with it.
It's crazy because Red Lobster, a place that I've been to many times. My mom used to take me and my brother. We would go Ultimate Feast. That's where I lived. Cheddar Bay biscuits, number one forever. Never go wrong with the
Best
Cheddar Bay
biscuits
biscuits. But they've had some trouble. They've had some trouble over the last few years. I mean, they filed Chapter 11. I mean, the sales were horrible.
Donnie, I would go in and it would be empty. It wasn't like it was.
Yeah.
Red Lobster was a party.
Right. So we have a new CEO, 36 years old. I mean, and I want to make sure I get this guy's name correct. Damila Admolikan. I mean, I can run down just a few things.
AKA Superman.
AKA Superman.
Wait till you hear what this guy's doing. Wait till you hear what he's doing.
True story.
First,
You don't know?
First generation Nigerian American, Ivy League grad, former Wall Street investor, and he was the first African American CEO of PF Chang's. That's just a little bit.
That's big.
I mean, this guy is amazing. And to have him try to turn around a franchise that I remember loving, he remembers.
I remember loving up.
Big fan.
It's big.
Cheddar Bay biscuits, my guy.
Yeah, the Cheddar Bay
like,
biscuit.
And
Unmatched.
you don't get full. You just keep going.
Yeah,
Right,
they're
Yes,
unmatched.
yes, of course.
Right. So I mean,
Keep them in the freezer.
making these changes, man, and going in on this franchise, which I'm rooting for them. I'm hoping that they turn it around. I'm hoping that they bring it back to prominence where it belongs. And in my heart, and a lot of people's heart, yeah, Damala, good luck, my friend. Please do big things with it.
Well, now the chef's in us.
Yes.
Chef, I want to share with you. So he had a really good strategy. Obviously, the all-you-can-eat shrimp was totally destroying him. That was the hole in the side of the ship.
Yeah.
Okay? But he reversed it. See, now, instead of people driving to Red Lobster, they're driving to their local seafood boil.
Yeah.
Or something more hit home like Red Lobster used to do.
Yeah.
So this gentleman, with the way his mind works, he said, well, I'm going to take one back. I'm going to bring the seafood boil into Red Lobster.
Yeah.
You took something trending that is always on social media that people love. It's a lot of food. It's affordable. And it's just so fun to eat that it causes a lot of attention. And he grabbed the diamond and pulled it right over to Red Lobster, but made it Red Lobster style. So now when you go into Red, you know, you get an ultimate feast on your end, and I'll get the seafood boil on my end, and we'll share. And now we can get a home-style seafood boil at the national chain of Red Lobster.
Insane.
Chef, you ever go to Red?
I have been, and it's good.
It is.
Yeah, I remember even when I first moved to America in 07, like celebrations were at Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Right? Coming to America on vacation, celebrations were at Red Lobster. Weird. And I just, hearing that it was going to go into bankruptcy and it was going to close was like heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, how do I buy more Cheddar Bay biscuits and put them in my freezer? That was the first thing. Because seriously, like they're so good. And I would literally go there. My parents would come over on vacation and we would go to Red Lobster just to buy biscuits.
Sure.
And just take them home.
By 12 and 24.
You know they make them now, Chef. You can make them at home. They got them.
I prefer them to buy them.
They're not the same.
Yeah, correct. You know, it was just
Chef
when you
is
buy them,
a true fan.
Yeah, when you buy them, it's like it's just good.
There's something about them that just
Chef's a
tastes
true
right.
fan.
So I loved Red Lobster, man. So to see like the transition of him trying to turn it around and bring it back to its prominence, I'm all for it.
I'm rooting for that guy, man. He's taken something that we were going to lose, and there's a few things we'll touch on in the future, a few places that, you know, just did not get with the times, where all they got to do is just change their fins on the plane, and they'll fly in that higher direction and soar.
And he's doing that, and that's what makes it so amazing to see. And he's so young.
Yeah.
That blew my mind when I heard this. I was 36 years old. And it makes me go back like, what did I do wrong?
Well,
I'm not doing this.
what did we do right? Look at the power of the food and beverage industry.
Right.
Crossing with business, the young mind wanting to absorb it. Somehow he wanted to do that. He could have did anything. And he seeked restaurant, national chain CEO, man. Like that is the food and beverage passion and drive. And he's got it too.
He did P.F. Chang's before this.
Yep.
That's a lot. And he connects with the people. He connects with the people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know, it's one of those, like this industry is something that any passion could be here.
Yeah.
You know, everyone could come in, and as long as you're passionate about what you do and it ties into what food and beverage is, you could be successful.
Right.
And that's what he's doing, you know?
I'll tell you what, and we'll leave it like this. Besides the Cheddar Bay biscuit, absolute love tenfold, because that probably hands down is the greatest one. I bet you didn't think that chefs like us loved things like Red Lobster so much. You have no idea. It is part of our life. We want you to stay around. And Red Lobster, congratulations for totally turning things around. You did the right thing by hiring that CEO.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, guys. We work hard. We have people depending on us. Whether it's our customers, our families, in some way, somehow, people depend on us. And we're in positions where, you know, we have to keep going no matter how we feel, and we have to keep ourselves healthy. And this is really built, this part of the show, off of Donnie and his health journey and losing, you know, 100+ pounds, and me at one point being even 100 pounds heavier and having high blood pressure. And we went through all of this where, you know, we feel it's time to let our people out there know what we did, because we played the guinea pig role, and people love when you did it. Then they'll follow through with it. So besides doing it for us, we feel like we did it for them. And you, with some of the stuff you've had to face and overcome, please, this is the part of the show where, like, you know, somebody like yourself that works out no matter how tough the industry is, but you're around food and, you know, we go up, we go down, and we have to ride it like a wave. What has happened in your world with health?
A lot, really and truly. Even mental health, you know.
Yeah, big one.
But definitely, you know, I had to get on a serious weight loss journey. Again, I just lost 35 pounds.
Yeah, you look
Congratulations.
good.
Yes, you know, it was a little bit, it was challenging, but I'm determined. I need to lose 50 more
Okay.
because, yes, working in the industry that we work in is difficult, but I feel like being healthy while working in this industry makes everything so much better. And it isn't even just the aesthetics, you know, it's just the feeling better, so I could stay awake longer, so I could be performing at that 100% while I'm at work.
Right.
You know, for me is something. So I went in heavily to look at how I was eating, which is another thing. As chefs, you know, we eat crazy hours, crazy food. Like,
Yeah,
serious.
yeah.
We forget to eat all day and then
Yeah,
we eat a
trust
lot.
me.
It's
Yeah.
nuts.
I'd go home and at 11 p.m.,
It's crazy.
11:30, I got like 5 pieces of jerk chicken, mac and cheese, and
Right.
seriously, and then a glass of wine.
Right.
you know,
Right. To wash it down.
yeah, because I didn't eat all day.
Yeah, well, yeah, you finally got your time.
But yeah, now I want to eat what I want to eat, and I want to eat a lot of it, and then I just fall asleep.
Right.
So, you know, like I'd start to feel it in my clothes and going to the doctor and my doctor being like, Antwan, you need to lose some weight because your blood pressure is through the roof. And I was like, I feel normal.
That's when it's bad.
You know, for me, like,
Jeez.
I felt normal.
Right.
That's when it's sneaky.
Because then I'm taking all kinds of vitamins as well to like try to supplement that, but not really paying any attention to what's really happening.
Right.
And my doctor being like, you know, your thyroid gland is abnormal, doesn't work well. So you need to be very careful with what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, and exercising. So I made it my business, like, especially this year, because last year was, you know, I was a little bit out of it.
You were busy, bro.
Yeah,
I was watching you. You couldn't even get a break.
I know. So, and trust me, I couldn't.
I saw.
Yeah, because
Right.
TV interviews at 8 in the morning,
Oh, I witnessed you on that.
then going to work,
Right.
then it being busy at work, going home, doing that same thing, 5 pieces of chicken, mac and cheese, glass of wine,
Chef life, baby.
and then falling asleep. So I just found myself like putting on weight, you know, and my father died last year too.
Oh man.
So
Sorry.
that was, you know,
Yeah.
that part was also
messed with you a lot.
challenging because once he passed away, he went from 270
Yeah.
to 330 pounds.
You
that
reached
was-
the 3 Club, huh?
Yeah, that was in the space of, he passed away September of last year. So yeah, within that small space, and I remember my mother being like, Antwan, are you okay? And me saying yes, but I wasn't.
What you wasn't.
Yeah, because for me, family, like I said, is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my father every day, literally every day. There wasn't a day that I didn't talk to him. So going from talking to him every day to not being able to talk to him at all, you know, even if it was us making a joke about how miserable my mother could be at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And make our lives a little bit miserable, you know, it was just
Sure.
a lot on me. So eating would definitely take over my
Coping.
my coping mechanism.
As we
was
have
eating.
used before.
And
Yep.
like I said, I don't want to drink as much, but I would eat a lot.
Yeah.
And shot myself up all those pounds. My doctor was like, yeah, you got to do something. Changed it. And like I said, you know, got a gym membership, went to the gym. And even if I don't go to the gym, I make certain to work out at home.
What's the regimen now, Chef? So, like, what did you tweak into? Now, when you wake up, what do you do different that maybe you didn't do 6 months ago?
Exercise.
Right away.
Literally, get up. I read first.
Okay.
And then, because that's like the mental
You
part.
have to.
You know, because again, like a lot of things went out of whack
Yeah.
when that situation happened. And just get up, work out, you know, watch a bit of TV,
Sure.
then get ready for work. But I always make it my business that I can't leave home unless I do at least 100 push-ups.
Nice.
That's a great number.
Like seriously, because
That's
you
my
have to
favorite
do something.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
And even though it's one thing,
Right.
it has to be something that I need to do to get myself going into that mentality for the day so that I know even if I don't do 10,000 steps at work, I still at least worked out in
You
the
got
morning.
it in.
Yeah.
And you do it early while you have your energy.
Correct.
And now, like later on in the day, I'm sure, I don't know if you've ever done this, you forget you worked out in the morning and you're like, oh, I didn't work out, and you remembered you did because you did it right away. It
Yep.
was so far ago and you already have it in your body.
Yeah.
And it's like a chain. Like on the days you can't hit it hard, if you do the push-up thing and
Yeah.
a nice, good, clean 100, that's a great one for you because push-ups works out your core
Yeah.
and your chest and your arms, and it works out really quite a bit for not using a weight.
And here's the thing, I don't even do all 100 at a time. I try to break
Spacing
it
out.
up.
Yeah, you
Okay.
twist them a little bit, change
Yep.
your position.
Do 25, 25,
Perfect.
25, 25.
I like the
Throughout day,
25.
in a 24-hour period.
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm not feeling it, I might slack off and do the 20 times 5, but when I'm feeling
Correct.
it, I might do the 25 times 4.
Or you might do 50 and then 50.
Or
But-
even them in. Catch
Yeah,
them up at the end.
correct.
Right,
long as you
because
get it.
that's your resistance. You don't have the weight to add to it.
Right.
So if you do, instead of doing your usual number and you go past your number, that's adding the weights on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, to just do it, I tell anyone, because you'd see like in 2015, I went to do Mr. Olympia, not Mr. Olympia, sorry. It was a bodybuilding competition, Europa, in Orlando, Florida,
Okay.
right? When I met like, what's his name, Jay Cutler and all these other random dudes.
He's a good dude.
But I cut down a lot of weight to 245 and was like ripped.
You went through all that.
Yeah, did the whole thing, all the headaches and everything.
So I was going to say, you might have gained weight and lost weight, but like you have muscle and you got a great physique.
I remember the headaches like crazy because the headaches were horrible. But, like for me, it was one of those things that even when I was talking to those guys who do big bodybuilding competitions,
Right.
they're like, we even get in a little piece if we can't get in the whole thing.
Right.
And I took that as, shoot, that's all that it takes to get to look like you.
Right.
I'll do
Why
it,
not?
to allow myself to be healthy.
Right.
And I even try to do things like when the restaurant slows down, walk all the way to the other side of the mall. And then come
Because it's
back.
a long mall. It's a
I
huge
love walking
mall.
through that mall to the parking and then
From
back.
one
you,
end
it's
to the
a-
other.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a nice
Great mall to walk.
It's not nice, but it's a long
It's a
walk.
long.
Utilize that tool. You got it right there.
Yeah, correct.
Right on, Chef. So you're on a journey now. You are actually here. So as you come back, we're going to see your progression.
Yeah.
And mentally meets the physical.
Yep.
It has to click.
Yes.
Like that doesn't mean don't work out on a day you're not feeling it, but it has to click. Like you have to get
The
yourself.
two go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because then it starts to boost things like confidence and, for me, it's like, again, it comes back to work. It allows me to get back into my creativity again. Because now I'm feeling happy in other places.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling happy in more places. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And because, again, our profession, as you know, could hit your mental health like a mother.
And that's a huge one. Mental health.
Yeah, it could be rough,
Yeah.
So exercising allows me to like release those demons and, get rid of all the negative.
That's our lives now. I'm with you, Chef. I feel you all the way. It's like I almost feel weird now when I don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like I robbed myself. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I'm glad. I'm glad I have that guilt within to keep myself in line. Whatever works, man.
Yeah.
Well, right on, Chef. Thank you for sharing that with us because, again, like you see us, but you never know like what we had to do to just maintain and make ourselves better to get to where we are now. So, Chef, we appreciate that. And
Thank you, man.
we would love to follow up and,
Of course.
keep tabs on your journey, man, because I seen you about 6 months ago and you look like you've been totally taking care of yourself for the last
Trying to.
Right on. Right on, man.
Trying to, man, making sure.
questions. Vegas, Chef, your day off. You finally get a day off. Like where do you go eat? Like what do you like? Like who do you like to visit?
Funny. I love to visit Nico Supremo. All you can eat sushi.
He agrees.
It's funny. I love
Oscar agrees.
Asian food.
Okay.
You know that place, Oscar?
So I go there,
They know you.
or a Korean barbecue.
Oh, I love Korean barbecue.
Gorilla Korean barbecue.
Any favorites?
Gorilla.
Gorilla, okay.
Gorilla KBBQ. Love them. And every so often, my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
People laugh at me when I say it. There's two really.
All right.
KFC,
Boom.
right?
Yeah.
I'm with you
But
on that.
I've been since I lived in Barbados, I've always been obsessed with certain types of like German sausages,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And 7-Eleven has one, the spicy big bite,
Oh,
right?
Damn, bro.
Some people don't
Damn,
like it.
chef. You got me there. I love it, but I didn't think you ate it.
Oh, you do?
That's my favorite.
So you see, that's
So it's like a meal.
yeah. So
It has the perfect kick of spice. I admit
right?
he admits
You
we eat
see?
the spicy
So
big bite.
That's,
We do
that's
it.
literally that is
7-Eleven.
literally what I love about it.
What do you wash it down with?
Water.
Water.
I typically drink water.
You behave.
Yeah.
You don't slurp
Yep.
out. You don't get a
No,
slurp.
Every so often I get the Slurpee. I buy the cups because I like to collect the cups.
Yeah, is that why?
Yes.
What's your favorite Slurpee flavor?
I like the Coca-Cola one.
See?
oh blue raz. Man.
So
Blue
here's my
raz.
point. You have high-level scientific executive chefs, and even on their day off, because we all encourage behaving during the week, going to nice restaurants and eating great meals, doing meal prep, whatever it is you do. But it's okay to get down one day a week and, go to Sev and have a Slurpee with Chef and a big bite. We got to go do that, Chef.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, like, and people hate me and people laugh at me because of it.
Yeah.
Because friends are like, you're an effing chef, like, or you're eating that. Because it tastes good.
Because I like
Like,
it.
it satisfies me. Like, it literally, and I eat it every so often.
Yeah.
Right? And I have to get it with onions every time.
I get all the
Fresh
trimmings.
raw onion,
Fresh raw onions.
gangster
like,
style.
oof.
Any mustard or anything, or just straight onion
A little
and
bit
meat?
of mustard, a little bit of mayo. I like
Yeah.
mayo on mine.
Meal
Ketchup.
dog it?
Yep.
Okay.
And then a bit of hot sauce every so often to add another kick of spice.
I'm a spicy
But,
guy.
yeah.
Chef, I had a question for you real quick. I don't know if the people know, but you are big into charity, man.
We got to talk
Part
about
of
this.
the UAP, United Against Poverty, man. Please tell me, how did you get involved with that?
Give us a quick on that. I know
a
there's
quick
so
one
much
on
to it,
that,
but
man.
let us know how you got
It's
linked
so
with those
funny.
guys.
I like to give back to the community.
Right.
I love any type of giving back and charity. I want to be a part of. And when I was in Orlando, that was a big charity. And it was funny. I was going to go get a tattoo, and I drove by it one day. And I was like, "What is that?" And I remember I went in and I spoke to the guys, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we do charity. It's a food bank. We do sell some foods, but we sell at a reduced price.
Right.
And it's food that we get from other places. And you have to go through a whole orientation. And I found out some crazy numbers
Yeah.
that made me say, I do want to help with this. Like I found out 50% of Orlando back then, this was in 2017,
Okay.
is living below the poverty line. And people think to themselves, it's Orlando.
It's Orlando.
It's suburbs.
Beaches and beautiful things and
Disney.
big money, Disney.
And I was like, are you serious? And they were like, yeah, this is a real number. They were like, a family of 6 needs to make a certain amount of money, but families of 6 in Orlando
Right.
are making $60,000 in total, which is not enough to cover a family of 6, 2 parents and 4 kids.
What's that?
And I was like, okay, how do I sign up for this? Like, what do I do? They were like, just come by, do the orientation, fill out the paperwork, do it. And I did it for a while. And I remember some of the faces that I saw were familiar faces
Yeah.
because I would see some of them at work.
Sure.
And I remember these people would still have a smile on their face while I worked, because I worked in a huge hotel. And it just felt good, like doing for people something that meant a lot to them.
Yeah.
I know it's simple, right? Whatever. But
To you, to them, not to them. Man, that's
know?
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
So I was like, it felt good. And the people who I met there, I will not lie to you, some of the nicest people that I ever met in my entire life.
Because they had good intentions.
Yeah,
Sure.
yep.
That's
All
how
the
they're
guys who were
grounded.
Sure.
They grounded.
Well, you're in the
the
same
guys who are
place with
doing-
people that are all trying to solve that thing. Yeah, they're going to be some saints. I bet.
Yep, some really nice people.
I love it because both of you are big on charities and men of your stature and doing what you do on a daily basis for the people you do it for. To be able to take the time out and take care of people, just average people that might be struggling, that says a lot about your character. I think it's amazing.
We're going to collab.
Yeah, you have to.
yeah.
You have
You
to.
know, I've been blessed to be the president of Nevada Chef for Kids, nutrition for our children, teaching them how to eat the right things and feeding them and doing all that stuff with the education for a few years now. I've been the president for a few years, and I've been helping them for like almost 20 years.
I know.
Nice.
And I've been talking to Chef about it because, Chef was helping over there and he wants to burn off his help out here. He's like, who do I help? Right away,
Yeah,
talk to me.
yeah.
And I said, Chef, where would you want your focus to be? Because I know a few organizations that I can, he's like, the future, the children,
Yep.
the
Yep.
focus on the children. So right away, it melted my heart because Nevada Chef for Kids, I said, well, why don't we figure out a way? And I say this here right now on the podcast, with what you want to do for the community, what you have done, and how much you believe in the children, and the fact that I take care of the children, we have to team up, man.
Yeah,
I got to
you
bring
do.
you down
You
to one of
do.
the board meetings, and they have to meet you
I
and
need to be there.
jump on in and help us out because they would love you, man.
Yeah, me too, because for me and I always think of how important this career has been to me, how much it has, like, changed the trajectory of my life.
Right.
Because I could have gone the other route. I could have
Absolutely.
easily, right? But for me, it was like the long hours of cooking, the passion for cooking, the passion for wanting to be at work cooking,
Yeah.
made me stay on that path.
Okay.
It was like I had friends who went the other routes,
Yeah.
and more power to them. They did what they wanted to do, even if it wasn't the right thing. But this has allowed me to, like I said, it could be challenging, but it's so rewarding, right? And I don't think enough kids see people like us who absolutely love it, who still live good lives,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Who are hip, I guess, cool to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who do this and absolutely love it. So for me, like, that's why for me the kids are always like important to allow them to see, you don't have to be a doctor.
D-boy, none of these guys.
You don't for
Yeah.
sure. You don't
Yeah.
you don't need to be a D-boy.
Yeah.
You could cook in the kitchen for real.
Right.
Chefs are the
You gotta
new
cook the
athletes and
most.
characters for the kids. We're like wrestlers to the kids now. It's crazy.
Right. Absolutely.
We have their attention, so they listen to us. So we're like,
Yeah.
while they're listening to us, let's influence them in the right way.
Yep.
And I think the beautiful part of it, you touch someone's life to the point where one day they're doing what you did because you inspired them in that one moment you showed up and gave them that time. And they said, you know what? That's what I want to be and that's what I want to do.
And that's the circle of life, my brother.
Yes, it is.
That's how it works.
Yes, it is.
We keep it going. Chef,
Yes.
unbelievable having you here. I loved you before you came here. Now I got to find another word for how I feel about you, my man.
Love
Thank
being
you,
here too,
Chef.
brother.
I
Yes. Love
appreciate
it. Love
you.
it.
Bless
Love
you.
it. Love it.
Thank you.
Big
We
God,
want you to
man.
come back
I
and see us
appreciate you
again.
so much, man.
We'd love to see your journey. You're on a kick now, not only in the food and beverage industry, doing great things for elite people, but like you're taking care of business, man. You're taking care of yourself and you're preserving yourself for the people that depend on you. And that could even be the kids you haven't met yet. So much love to you,
Very
my
true.
brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, friends. Chef Vic Vegas, Chef Antwan Ellis, and Donnie Fobbs. We're saying goodbye to you for now, but we'll be back soon on the next episode of The Talk and Chew, where it is absolutely okay to talk with food in your mouth. See you soon.
Thank you.
Talk and chew.
Talking to you.
Talk and Chew.